Welcome to On the Couch with Marcia M, the show where we talk about real issues with real people. Today I've got some beautiful guests, Yannick Taylor and Soraya Carroll, and we're speaking about sacrifice and focus, what it takes to be a black woman in business. Welcome, Soraya.
Hello, Marcia.
Hello, welcome to On the Couch.
Thank you for having me here.
First time you've been here?
It is, yes.
Yeah, welcome. Tell me a little bit about your business, Soul to Soul.
Soul to Soul. It's a holistic therapy centre. We're based in Great Barr in Birmingham. And Soul to Soul was set up in 1998 when I first decided I was going to start doing complementary therapies, reflexology and aromatherapy. And the Soul to Soul element, spelled S-O-U-L, and then S-O-L-E. Soul. I like the group Soul to Soul.
Oh, I see.
Music was my thing, and I thought I'd do a little twist on the Soul to Soul.
Yeah.
So because I do reflexology, which is your feet,
yes,
I thought that I would actually sort of incorporate the two together.
Okay, that's a very deep meaning. Very deep meaning.
Yeah.
So, what led you to go into this type of therapy? Is it something that you'd always done?
Not at all. No. I had a career change at the age of 35.
Okay.
I've been a pension manager
Right.
up until that point.
Sorry, when you were 35.
Yes.
And how long ago was that? That was like.
That was a long time ago.
I'm
51
you've been in
now.
this.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
So I know you've been in this business for about 18
Well,
years.
1998 was when I first started my training of reflexology and aromatherapy, and then in 2000 I took the leap and actually setting myself up totally full-time in business. But I was a pensions manager before that, and decided that really office work wasn't for me anymore. I wanted to change. And someone just happened to come into my life who was who worked where I did at the time and suggested maybe she was going to do a course, maybe I should go on that, and it just
changed your life.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
So what drew you to it? What is it about doing this soul to soul work? What is it that drew you to doing that?
When I started doing reflexology, it's something that I really didn't know anything about at all.
Yeah.
And when I started learning about it, what it actually does, how it can actually help people, I realised that it was just a powerful tool. It really was, and I think a lot of people still don't really fully understand how it works. But when I could see, after perhaps working with people, doing treatments with people, having case studies and seeing how they progressed, it was just an amazing thing that people that came to me with particular illnesses after a few treatments actually felt so much better.
Wow.
And so that sort of encouraged me to keep on going and treating people, and it's just started and snowballed from there.
Specialising in reflexology.
And that's all I do, reflexology and aromatherapy. So I don't do beauty treatments. That's literally therapy, the main therapies that I do.
I wish I didn't have my shoes on now, because I want you to have a little go.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's amazing.
I can feel a little pain in my tooth. So with a pain in my tooth, where would I?
Your toes,
Which
top of the big toe.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can actually stimulate that area, work on that area quite firmly.
Fantastic.
It can actually help. And it can detect so many different things within the body as well.
Yeah. It's interesting actually. My daughter recently had a baby, and when they were trying to get her labour going, the midwives actually administered reflexology. And I thought that was amazing. I mean, when I had my children, they'd give us like an enema and all sorts of things to get your labour going, but she had this calming reflexology.
Oh yes, I've had people come to me, they've gone overdue, please work on my feet. We've done something, and hopefully it has helped. And also pain as well. Reflexology is actually very good for pain relief.
Management, brilliant.
So the two work well together.
So you enjoy, so those hands have touched absolutely loads of feet. So how do you cope with dealing with feet?
I don't actually. To be fair, I've never really liked feet, which is a bit strange. I do like feet now, but they tell me a story. So every pair of feet that you come across is telling you something different, and it's just fascinating to find out what you're going to find out from those feet.
And do you tell the people what you find out?
Yes, you
do.
And it's very accurate as well. It really is. You can detect. You've got 60 points on your feet, which corresponds to a part of your body. So you can work on a lot of areas through your feet.
Wow.
And it's similar to acupuncture, but same thing with regards to meridians and pressure points.
Okay.
But you actually work on the feet.
And where does
instead.
reflexology come from? Is it?
They say, I mean, the modern reflexology was sort of introduced in the 1930s, but it stems back many, many years ago. Egyptians, there's pictures in Egypt of people having possibly reflexology, or Chinese. So it stems from that type of therapy, acupuncture, meridian zones, acupressure points.
Zone?
Meridians, it's all about sort of flow of energy through the body.
Okay.
So acupuncture is helping release that blockage of energy within the body, which can then help the body heal itself. When we have blockages, we can actually become ill, we go out of balance.
Yeah.
And reflexology is all about bringing things back into balance. And if things are balanced, then you should stay well and things work properly. So that's the whole aim of the treatment, really. Is balancing the whole body.
Wow. Yannick, I know you're in the beauty and health and well-being business as well. Have you had reflexology?
No, I've never had it before.
Okay.
I've always heard of it.
Okay. So tell us a bit about what you do.
Well, I do nails. I'm a nail technician. I do makeup, and I also do some beauty as well.
Okay.
Beauty such as waxing, lashes, and facials.
Okay. And do you have a salon or?
No,
how
I'm
do you run your
mobile.
business?
I'm mobile mostly. I sometimes work from salons, but I'm mobile mainly.
Okay.
So I actually bring my business to people. I do makeup workshops as well. So I do one-to-ones, and I do group workshops as well. So depends where I put it on. You know, that's where the workshops will be.
Okay. So this show is called Sacrifice and Focus. Now I know both of you are in business, but you're at different stages. So Soraya, what would you say? You've been in business now for 19 years, and what have been the high points of being a woman in business, and maybe some of the sacrifices that you've had to make?
I think high points, the fact that I can choose when I work.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm a bit of a workaholic, so I probably work too much.
Right.
But I think that
tell us a bit more about that. When you say you think you work too much, too many hours.
Yeah, even though I'm perhaps at the stage where I don't need to work as much as I do.
Okay.
Something still drives me. The fact that I enjoy what I do, and because of that, I tend not to switch off. You know, I'll be at work even if I haven't got. I'm normally very, very busy anyway.
Yes.
But then I'll come home and I'll be doing things still linked with work.
Okay.
So I do find it hard to actually say, right,
okay,
work is not.
But is that not part and parcel of being self-employed?
It is, and I've just got used to it now. That's just how I am. I've been doing it for too long. And if I'm not working, I'm not quite sure what to do really sometimes. So I do have to really
feel lost.
I do really have to sort of be strict with myself and say, that's it now, especially when I'm at home.
Okay, so I can hear some positives and some negatives about business. Would you say your business is a success?
Yes, I would say it is, yeah.
And how would you quantify that? Is it financial success?
It's both really. Financial success in that it's then allowed me to then go on to do other things, which is what I have done.
For example?
So, properties.
Okay.
So I'm a landlady, so I've got a number of properties that I...
Okay. So you've worked your reflexology business and generated income.
Yes.
That has enabled you then to
invest in properties. Yes,
okay, brilliant.
Which I refurbish, and which is what that's my other passion.
Okay.
I do like buying houses, refurbishing them, and not selling them, but renting them out to people.
Okay.
That's my other passion as well. So I have two really, two very different things.
Yeah.
So
that you enjoy,
that I
you're
enjoy,
also
that I thoroughly,
reaping the financial rewards
that I thoroughly enjoy. But it is hard work. You know, when I first started out, I worked 7 days a week. I worked a full-time job and a part-time job.
Yeah.
So that I eventually, after a couple of years, thought I can leave my full-time job and actually then set myself up.
Okay.
Had to sell my house.
Did you?
Bought another house, but sort of
downsized.
Well, upsized, but in a different area.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of things that I had to give up, and it's the time really. And
so you gave up. For example, you changed where you lived, you
I
sold
changed
your
where I
house.
lived,
So that
yes,
was that to enable you to invest into the business?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay, so that was
Yeah.
one major
Yes.
decision you have to make.
Yeah.
Any other sacrifice? Do you have children?
Yeah, that's obviously when I set myself up at the therapy centre where I am now. Literally probably 6 months after I was pregnant, so I had my daughter, and that changed everything really. And I had to though carry on working, so I literally was off work for about a month and then went straight back to work.
Was that because you were self-employed?
Because I was self-employed, there was just me and my daughter. So
that's another massive sacrifice.
Yes, nobody else to help out, apart from my mother. But
so you were a single parent?
I was a single parent, yes, from day one.
Wow.
So that was a big sacrifice, and it still is really. The fact that I look back and I think, oh, you know, such a shame that I missed out on so much. But then again,
in terms of time
with my daughter when she was growing up.
How old is she now?
She's 12 now.
Okay.
So part of it is now where I can take a step back. Over the next few years, I will to spend more time with her.
Which will be good, because teenage is a time when you think that actually children don't need parents as teenagers, but I think even more so.
Yeah, just hope she's not like me as a teenager.
Okay.
I really do.
Which was?
I'm not going to give an example.
Okay.
Oh, going to nightclubs at 14, going out and saying to my mother I'll be back later and coming back the next day. And,
but do you think she'll be like you?
I don't think so.
No.
Times have changed.
This is really interesting, because so you're really saying that you were a bit of a rebel and a bit of a...
Yeah, I left home when I was 17.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But what it seems, what I seem to be, it's suggested is that some people who are actually probably rebels and the naughtiest child in the family and so on, actually end up to be really, really successful business people. And you've proven that.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm really successful. I think I'm just happy with what I do, and I think I'm lucky to actually have two things that I really enjoy doing.
That you've maintained.
That I've maintained, yes.
That's busy.
That's busy, yes. Even though I've just discovered the internet, which you know, as someone of my age, I suppose we're reluctant. Well, I have been reluctant to do things, but I've realised now I've got no choice really.
Have you not? Why would you say that?
Well, I think I've been quite lucky in that I've had clients that have been coming to see me for 14 years or more, 15 years, regularly every month. So I think you get into your comfort zone really, and I'm quite happy. And so because of that, I didn't really push myself and promote myself. I did initially when I set the centre up. We did a lot of advertising, but over the years it's reduced. But now I think with how things are changing and how you have to actually market yourself, that I do need to look at different ways of marketing, and that's the thing that I perhaps need to know more about. And I've realised over the years that you can't do everything yourself.
No, you can't.
And actually asking for help and getting other people in will actually build your business.
Yeah, indeed.
And if I had done that years ago, there's still things I want to do. And I think that would have probably helped.
So what drives you to keep going the way that you're going? Because you're saying there's even things that you'd like to do. What's making you keep, you have your reflexology salon and so on. However, you then went on to doing the properties.
I did have a health shop as well in between.
You had a health shop as well?
Yes, I did have a health shop as well, yes.
So what makes you keep, what's your why in terms of this? Why do you do it?
I just like a challenge. I just have to have a challenge, I have to have a focus, I have to have a goal. And when I haven't got that, I'm a bit lost really. I always need to be striving for something, and sometimes to the detriment, I think, of other things. That sometimes I've been told.
Life. What sort of social life do you have? I was going to say.
Well, not much of one now, really. I mean, I have obviously got a young daughter. Even at my age, really, I should have grandchildren, not a 12-year-old. So I feel that I'm more sort of family orientated now. That see friends and family, but. Which I'm quite content with.
You're doing that more now. Your career and your business has been always something very, very important.
Yeah, and it's always sort of taken, I wouldn't say, it's
your
always
focus.
been my focus, yes. And because I was on my own with my daughter, I felt that I had to be successful. Not successful, but I had to make things work. I had to earn a living. Because I had to obviously bring her up on my own. Yes, and provide for her.
So, wow, thank you. Yannick, what's your why? Why are you in business rather than working for somebody?
Why? Well, rather than working for somebody, because my why really is my children.
How many children do you have?
2.
Okay.
I've got 2 girls, and I like my independence. I don't like to be told to reach work for 8 o'clock if I don't want to, and for somebody to tell me what time I should finish, and stuff like that. So even though I over the last 20 years I used to do part-time job and then do my business on the side, about a few years ago I decided that I need to start focusing now. And so that's my why for doing it, because of my children, and
provide for them.
to provide for them, and to show them that they can do, if they want to do something, that they can do it, and that that's my why. That's my why.
For your children.
Yeah, for
wonderful,
my children.
wonderful. So the other thing I'm aware of is that you use social media a lot for your business. So if you were going to suggest to Soraya in terms of her reflexology, how would she benefit from using social media for her business?
How would she benefit? Okay, so you would meet a lot of new people that you don't know. It's a new way now for networking and actually having a relationship online with people that you've never met before and you've never, seen before anything. How would you benefit from that? So you would actually be having a different set of clients, because as you said before, it's just a word of mouth. So this would be something that's not just word of mouth, but people actually buying into you. So I think when you do social media, people see you and like you, so they buy into what you're doing. And so that's another way of doing the business.
To build a relationship.
To build a relationship as well. Because I think the relationship part is so important, which you would have because you do word of mouth. But then that's just doing it with people that you've never met before. It's a whole new, it's scary, I must say. But once you start doing it, because I've learned a lot in the last couple of months. But it's really good because you realize that people, they're not interested in what you're doing, they're just interested in you, and which is good.
So, Yannick, you have posts and posts and videos and posts and flyers and lots of things. So how much time and energy does it take for you to be posting all the time on social media?
It can take time. It can take time. But if you look at it as being a part of your business, it doesn't look like it's taking a lot of time because you know that that's part of what you're doing. So part of your business is building relationship, and that's what you're doing with the social media. So and it doesn't take as much time as it looks because you can schedule things to go out. You can you find ways of doing it. So people probably think you're sitting there all day punching in and doing all of this, but there's certain ways of doing it and how to do it. So it looks like a lot of time, but it isn't.
Brilliant. So Soraya, you've got like 19 years of experience as a self-employed person that has been able to generate your income from your first business in order to develop others. So in terms of developing and sustaining a business, what advice would you give to Yannick if she wanted to keep her business going and be able to generate sufficient income? What are the things that you think have brought that to you?
I think, over the years, I think it's just been sheer determination, really, that you can't sit back and wait for people to come to you. You've actually got to go out and get them, which is what you're doing now with social media. When I started, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have all these things. So I'm still old school, but it actually has opened up a whole new market. So I think that is the way. I think that is the way forward. That you just have to just keep expanding. But there's still nothing better than being actually physically face to face with somebody.
No,
you can't lose that. You still the personal touch.
Yeah.
So I think the more people that you can actually go out there and meet personally, that I think it will benefit you as well.
That's true.
Wonderful.
So I need to try and combine the two again now, whereas I used to go out a lot and go to different places, do different events. I stopped doing that, so it's just all starting it up again really and just getting the ball rolling again.
Okay, fabulous.
A new lease of life really, I think, into the business.
Fabulous. Okay, so what I'm gathering is that you need sheer determination to get through as a woman in business. And that for both of you, for both of these ladies, their why has definitely been about being a mother that has driven them to continue to work in business. What I understand is that you need to be determined, you do have to take sacrifices, make sacrifices, and be consistent to be a woman who I would say is successful in providing for your family, developing business, and maintaining a certain quality of life. Thank you very much. You've been watching On the Couch with Marcia M, with my guests Yannick and Soraya, and we've been talking about sacrifice and focus for black women in business. Thank you.